Okay, now I can see it.
What it says?
It says temperature and heat.
Okay. Now we're doing something about, it's not about light, we're doing something about heat and temperature. Now, don't confuse between temperature and heat. They are two different things. Two different things. The heat of an object is the total energy. When you're talking about heat, you're talking about energy. We call it in physics thermal energy. We call it thermal
So
energy. It's not light,
thermal energy,
it's not light
which is an
energy.
energy source.
Yeah, it's called thermal energy. So the heat
Okay.
of an object, okay, when you say this water is hot or it's cold, what do you mean in physics? You mean when you say this water is hot, you mean it contains much heat than the cold one.
Okay.
In other words, more energy.
Yeah, I
But
get
what
it.
type of energy is thermal energy? Okay?
Okay.
So the heat of an object is the total energy of
Yeah.
all the molecular motion inside that object. And the unit for heat,
Okay.
for quantity of heat, I mean energy heat, is joule.
Yeah.
Is joule. Okay? And what about the temperature?
Joules, joules. Yeah.
Sure.
We literally
You with me?
temperature.
Temperature is the measure of
Yes.
thermal energy. It's giving you an indication about when you say the temperature is high, it is the other way. You're saying
Yeah.
it has high energy, thermal energy or heat energy. Now look at this example. You have these two containers of
Okay.
water. The one on the left has much more water than the one on the right. They are at the same temperature, but they have different quantity of heat. So the one which is more
Okay.
has more heat energy, but they are both at the same temperature.
So, sorry. So the more water, so they're the same. They're the same temperature, just more of that quantity.
Yes, because they are more quantity, so more heat.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. And what's the unit for temperature? It's usually Kelvin or Celsius. It's Kelvin or Celsius.
Kelvin.
Kelvin.
Okay.
Kelvin. In science,
Kelvin or Celsius?
yeah, in normal life we use Celsius, centigrade. When you say the temperature today is
Yeah.
30, you're saying it is 30 centigrade. But in science, when we make a calculation, we use Kelvin. And there's a relation between Kelvin and Celsius,
Okay.
which you don't need it at the moment. So what's temperature
Okay.
then? It says how fast the particles are vibrating on average. Particles for any substance, they vibrate all the time, they vibrate. In other words, they have a kinetic energy. Kinetic, the word kinetic means something moving. Kinetic means something
Okay.
moving. And the opposite of kinetic is static.
Okay.
Temperature, can we make it simple? It means the measure of hotness or coldness. It's giving you an indication,
Okay.
idea about the heat energy. When the subject is very hot, it means it contains too much heat. When the subject is cold, it means it has no, or say low heat. We can't say no, it has low thermal or heat energy. So the temperature is an indication for
Okay.
or coldness.
Okay, but جدو.
Yes, okay. Now, heat transfer from hot to cold body. Remember this. Always the heat
Yeah.
transfer from the hot subject to the cold subject, not the reverse. It's like air in your room,
Okay.
like the air in room. The hot one moves to the cold one. If you put now two
Okay.
subjects, one hot and one cold, after some time you will see the hot one will get colder and the cold one will get hotter. Why this has happened? Because the heat transferred from the hot one to the cold one. This is the direction of heat transfer.
Okay.
This is the direction of heat transfer. It makes sense because the hot one has more energy than the cold one. So how come the lower goes to higher? Is that clear?
Yes.
It's like water is coming from up the hill to the downhill, and the reverse it doesn't happen.
Okay. Okay. Could it possibly be reversed?
We have to do it ourselves, but spontaneously,
Okay.
naturally, not.
Okay.
Yes, you can force the water goes uphill by pumping. But when it comes down,
Okay.
you don't need any pumping. It comes down naturally.
Okay.
So with hot and cold subjects, always heat energy transfers from the hotter one to the colder one. Okay. Now
Okay.
we have something different, which is density. What is density? Density simply is the mass is the mass, the weight for a certain volume. So for one volume. So for example, if you take 1 cubic centimeter of water, the mass for this 1 cubic centimeter is 1 gram. If you take 1 cubic centimeter of mercury, for example, the mass for this
Yeah.
1 cubic centimeter of mercury is about 13 gram. So they have different density. That's the meaning of
Oh,
density. So density,
okay.
the mass per unit volume. How much mass for a certain volume? More mass for a volume
Okay.
means higher density. Less mass.
Okay.
For example, foam has low density. Why? Because the mass for 1 cubic centimeter of foam is too low. While for metal, you see the metal is heavier. Why is it heavier? Because for the same volume, you have more mass, you have more weight. So that's why they have different densities. So density is
Okay.
of mass, how much mass, remember, mass is packed into a specific volume. So you have two words with density. One is the mass and one is the volume. So how we calculate density?
Okay.
Just divide mass by volume. What about the densities of different states? How it increases? Of course, solid are more dense than liquid, and liquid is more dense than gas. Clear
Okay.
here?
Mm. I want to watch that. No, get out.
See, we have gas, liquid, solid. See, the density are different. With gas, you have less number of particles within a volume. In liquids, you have more particles within same volume. In liquids, you have much more particles within same volume. So the density for solid is higher than
It's
liquid,
higher.
and liquid higher than
Oh,
gas. Okay?
okay.
Right. Something relevant to the density. Why do substances float? They float when their density is less than. See, for example, polystyrene, foam, or cork, or wood, they float on water because their density is less than water. So the one which is less dense float on the one which is more dense.
Okay.
Clear?
Yeah.
Are you tired, Bayar? Okay. There's not much left. Now, it says methods
No
of
problem.
heat transfer. We have three ways to transfer heat. One is called conduction, one is called convection, and one is called radiation. What's the difference between them? Conduction, when the heat
Yeah.
transfer, direct contact, when you're contacting something, two objects with
Yeah.
each other, the heat will transfer from the hot one to the cold one. That's conduction. Like
Yeah.
you're touching the pan in the kitchen by your hand. That's conduction.
Oh,
Convection,
okay.
fluid. Have you ever watched in a beaker water, when you're boiling water, you see the water, the liquid inside like moving. If you have seen that, that's called convection. It's the fluid movement, like liquid or gases. When example, when you're boiling water, that's not conduction. That's happening inside the fluid.
Okay.
And the last one is radiation. This
Yeah.
one is coming as a wave. It comes to you as a wave. For example, the sun heating the earth is not conduction and it's not convection. It's a radiation. It's coming like a wave, heat wave. You will go through anyway. I will send you these slides.
Nine.
Okay? See, these are the
Okay.
different ways for transfer heat. Conduction is conducted with each other. Convection, like happening inside the pan, inside, that's convection. And we have radiation. There is no contact. It comes as a wave. It comes as a wave.
Okay, Baba. Jiddu.
Okay. Which one is better conductive materials? Is it the metal or wood? Of course, the metals. Metals,
Uh, wood.
no
Oh,
conduction, transferring heat.
okay.
How come wood? Wood is an insulator. Wood is not transferring heat. Metals are better than plastic or wood in transferring heat. Have you ever tested a spoon in hot water?
Okay.
It gets hot quickly. The spoons get hot quickly because the metal is conductive. But if you put a piece of wood, it's not going to get hot. Is an example for metals transferring heat? Yes, silver or aluminum. Both are good metals for transfer heat by conduction, not radiation. Right.
Okay.
So we have two slides left. It says vibration of matter particles. Remember, any particles, any material, either solid or liquid or gas, all these particles, they constantly vibrate or rotating or oscillating around equilibrium position, around a point. It's like something circulating around itself or moving in three directions all the time. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Which one moves faster? Is it the hot
Yes.
one or the cold one? Of course, the hot one. It means it has higher energy. It means it has
Okay.
higher energy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. I think we explained this. What is vacuum? This is the last one. It says black surface are the best for absorbing and emitting heat, and white or silver surface are worst for absorbing and emitting heat. So the black surfaces, they are very good for absorbing and emitting heat. That's why we wear like black or dark clothes in winter to absorb heat.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in
Okay.
summertime we wear white ones, not to absorb heat, not to absorb heat.
Okay.
That's the reason. So what's insulation? Insulation when we use insulator to stop or prevent the flow of heat. Something like foam, for example, is not
Okay.
transferring heat, is a very bad conductor. So when something is very bad conductor, it is an insulator. It is an insulator. So an insulator means it's bad for transferring heat. It doesn't transfer heat. It's keeping the heat inside.
Okay.
Okay, love? That's all I have.
Yeah.
I covered all your physics.
Okay.
I
Shukran.
all your physics. I'm gonna send you the
Thank you
link.
so much.
I'm gonna send you the link for this recording. I'm
The-
gonna put it on YouTube for you because I cannot send it as full. Okay, just go
Okay.
in, and if you have any
Yeah.
question.
Okay. Yeah. Also, let mom know if that's okay.
And when is your exam? When? When is your exam?
Next week, Friday.
Okay, next week. Okay.
Next week, Friday.
Yeah, okay, I heard you. Next week, Friday.
Friday.
Before Friday, we meet each other again, do quick revision if you have any question, anything not clear for you, okay?
Okay. Thank you so much, Shaddu.
Okay, and I'm gonna send you, not today, later on, I'm gonna send you a quiz, the questions,
Okay. Thank you.
okay?
Okay.
Yeah, have a nice
Yeah.
night.
Let Mama. You too.
Let Mama what?
Mama know about that you're sending it me.
Okay, okay,
The link.
okay,
Okay,
okay.
thank you. Bye
Yeah,
bye.
bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Okay, حبيبي.